Hey crafters, so another Trimweaver idea. I'm going to spice up some of our 10mm satin covered plastic headbands, and by doing so I have created a candy cane design on a pink 10mm satin covered plastic headband. You can use a smaller one, however I have used a 1/4 inch ribbon, so when you use a smaller headband, the white part is the grosgrain ribbon. It's going to be a little bit thicker, so that's why I've used a 10mm headband. So I'm going to do it with a red headband this time, and I'm going to continue to use this white 1/4 inch grosgrain ribbon. You can use other colors that might complement the satin covered headband that you've chosen. You could even just use a white satin covered headband and then line it with red ribbon. So to begin, I'm going to use some hot glue, and I'm going to attach the ribbon onto one of the ends of the headbands. So I'm just going to place a small dab of glue onto the inside of one of the ends of the headband, and then when I place this ribbon onto the end, I'm going to angle it and not glue it on straight, because it's going to make it a lot easier to wind this ribbon around the headband. So you're going to want to make sure that it's a little bit dry before you start winding it, or it's going to come off. So now that it's on, I'm just going to kind of hold the end while I wrap it. And I'm not quite sure, it depends on how much ribbon you use, because it depends on how wide you want it to be or how narrow you want it to be. So I am using a 5-yard spool, but I've used this 5-yard spool to already do one. You can do a few using this 5-yard spool. So I am just going to wrap the ribbon around the headband until I completely cover the headband. I'm trying to make all the red gaps similar in size. And this is really quick and fairly easy to do. And now that I'm about halfway done, I am going to place a dab of glue under this one, just so that if I make a mistake, I don't have to redo it or it won't move. Now I'm just going to flip it over because it's a little easier to wind. And you can use, instead of using a 1/4 inch, if you decide you want to use a 10mm headband, you can also use wider ribbon, like a 3/8 inch grosgrain ribbon. You can even wind this ribbon around at a wider length and then put in another color grosgrain ribbon. So I'm almost to the end here. So because I'm close to the end, I'm just going to place just a tiny dab of glue to the headband right here to keep this piece on. And now I'm going to glue the inside of the headband up right about here. I'm not going to wind it anymore. So I need to cut the ribbon so that it's not going to show on the other side of the headband. So I'm just going to place a tiny dab of glue on the inside of this headband. And then wrap it. Just dab it until it sticks. Then you can let it dry, Now you have Candycane headband. You can also take some small acrylic gems and maybe place some acrylic gems onto the headband to add a little bling. So there's a little quick, easy Trimweaver idea.